Hello again, and thank you for staying with us. I'm Nhlanhla Sehume. Now, the late award-winning American artist Luther Vandross may be gone, but his legacy lives on. Cape Town-born singing sensation Fagrie Isaacs is hosting a tribute show for the musical legend in Johannesburg. For more on this concert, he joins me live to tell us all the details that we need to know. Fagrie, a pleasure to have you on the program this afternoon. Well,
thank you so much for
it's
having
quite
me.
incredible to hear about your tribute to Luther Vandross. Firstly, what inspired you to pay tribute to such an iconic artist?
Well, it's no secret that Luther Vandross is my favorite artist of all time. You know, I've got my own style, but I can honestly say that I've learned a lot from watching, you know, the legend himself performing and listening to his music over many years. You know, and yeah, I just absolutely love the way music, sort of, my rendition of it is, music is stories that need to be told through music. And the best stories, you know, is written in love songs. And Luther Vandross had this unique way of telling these stories, of, you know, captivating the essence of what the story is trying to sort of say, and then express it vocally through his music. And I absolutely love that about him.
An artist like Luther Vandross, of course, has a vast catalogue of hits. I mean, my personal favorites, Superstar, Dance With My Father Again, you name it, I can go on. Tell us about your personal favorites. And I mean, belt us a tune or two if you can.
So my first personal favorite, and it's my favorite song of all time, it's called Evergreen. It was originally done by Barbara Streisand, and later perfected by the legend that is Luther Vandross. I absolutely love this song.
Just a line or two.
Love, soft as an easy chair. Love, fresh as the morning mist.
Wow.
One love that is shared by two, I have found with you, like a rose under the April snow. Yes, I was always certain love will grow, yeah. Love, ageless and evergreen, seldom seen by two. I can go on and on, man.
Wow, man. You know, I literally just got goosebumps listening to you, because for a moment it really did sound like I was listening to Luther Vandross. So for people who are coming to see you live, what can they expect from the show?
So I've been very fortunate. I've performed with many international artists. I've performed alongside and been a supporting act, and I've met many of them and shared, you know, dressing rooms with them. It was amazing. But the one artist that I never had the opportunity to meet was Luther Vandross. He had unfortunately passed away before I had the opportunity to. So when we put the show together, I sort of said to myself, I would like to put together what I believe would have been, what I would have experienced watching a Luther Vandross show. So you know, we've done a lot of research with regards to watching, you know, a lot of video footage of his live performances, and we tried to capture the essence thereof. And we've taken some of my favorites, and also then some of the most popular songs in terms of rankings, you know, and put it all together to create one magical evening of music. And yeah, just
one magical evening,
paying tribute to this legend. Yeah.
You know, you speak about capturing the essence of the late Luther Vandross. But I'm sure there have been quite a number of, whether it's challenges or even joys, that have come with really trying to capture the essence of the man that is Luther Vandross.
So Luther had this way of sort of, like I said, he tells the story through his vocals. And he has a way of ending off a riff or a line that just sort of displays his emotion at that point in time. You know, so for example, that song Evergreen, so like there's like this part where you go, yeah baby, and you know, it's like an expression of love. You know, it's like, yeah baby, and then he'll end off like another line in another song where he goes like, yeah, you know, and which just takes you to a different sort of emotion, you know, and being a big fan of Luther Vandross, I've obviously listened to his music for many years, and I sort of understood. You know, as an artist, you sort of understand what another artist is trying to say when, you know, through his music. And yeah, it's just, like I said, many, like people actually ask me, how much research did you have to do for the show? And I said, the truth is not a lot, because I've been a fan. You know, 1993, he released the album, which was songs by Luther Vandross. But the song that drew me to this artist was The Impossible Dream, his interpretation of The Impossible Dream. When I heard it, I was absolutely blown away. I started in 1987. I walked on stage for the first time, and it was part of the school choir. You know, so I had this sort of classical background, and then growing up in a, you know, Cape Flats home, the music that we played on a daily was Motown and soul music, you know, the Manhattans, the Stylistics, and I can go on and on with all of these amazing artists that I grew up listening to. So I had the classical, I had Motown on the one end, and then you listen to a song like Impossible Dream and you hear the soul in the vocals of Luther Vandross, coupled with the orchestra, you know, it was just, it blew my mind. I was like, wow. You can actually do that. And this was way back in 1993, and that sort of led me down the rabbit hole where I just went and researched Luther Vandross and his music and everything that was Luther Vandross. And every album thereafter just got better and better.
So your show promises to take audiences on a musical journey of the sounds of Luther Vandross. But I hear it's also your first time performing or having a show in Johannesburg. So
I've got a huge following, you know, all over, and a lot of my people in Johannesburg say, when are you coming to Johannesburg? And I said, you know what, the thing is, we had 2 events in Joburg. It was very small, very intimate events, but it was just, I've had a numerous amount of my audience like asking, please come to Johannesburg. And I said, listen, we're coming to Joburg. I've got a booking, a corporate booking, so let's do a show at the same time. And it was very small, but I'd never brought down a production. I've done it in Cape Town, I've done it in Port Elizabeth, East London, Durban, all over. I haven't done it in Johannesburg. And I said, when I do come to Johannesburg, it needs to be worthwhile. I need to bring you something, you know, that will take your breath away. And when we did Luther in November last year in Cape Town, people had actually asked, when are you doing it again? And like, I don't want to do a repeat almost immediately. You know, it needs to be something like, when we do it, it's something special, because this is my favorite artist of all time, so it needs to be special. Every single time we do the Luther Vandross tribute show, it needs to be something special. And that's why I thought, we came down here, we checked out a great many venues. I didn't, you know, being in Cape Town, we've got a couple of venues, but you guys are so spoiled for choice here. I mean, wow, we went to Monte Cassino, we went to the Joburg Theatre, we went to the Lyric Theatre, I was at Empress, and I was like, wow, you've got like so many amazing venues here. But when we walked in at the Lyric, I said, like, you know, I can see this happening here. I can see this is the place, because
So it's happening at the Lyric, but when? I think we need more details.
So on the 30th of December, we are hosting the show at the Lyric Theatre. Funny thing though, the Lyric is normally closed after Christmas. And they said, no, we closed. And I said, listen, please, we're bringing down this production. It means a lot. Have a look. We sent them some video footage of the show we did in Cape Town. And after that, it didn't take any more convincing. They were sold. And they said, okay, cool. We'll give you the venue 30th December, and let's make it happen. So, yeah, 30th of December, Lyric Theatre is when
I'm bringing down. And how do people get tickets?
CompuTicket. Tickets are available from CompuTicket as we speak.
You know, you speak of the Lyric, and I must admit, it is a special venue. But I'm sure there have also a number of things that have happened backstage, or humorous moments that you can recall as well, that you might want to share with us this afternoon.
Backstage is a special place, people. Backstage is a special place. I dare not speak of what happens backstage. However, there is some incidents, you know, when you're just about to go out on stage. So people forget that artists, we are just human beings at the end of the day. I've had issues that, you know, you're about to go on stage and the toilet comes begging, and it's like, dude, like, and I'm like, no, not now, please, no, you know, like those are little embarrassing moments that we'll share with the other artists on stage, or you're about to head out on stage and you trip just before you go out on stage. Things like this happen all the time. So, but Normally, if I'm supposed to tell you any stories that involves other people, they might not be happy with me sharing those stories.
But you know, on a more serious note, it does sound to me like a lot of preparation goes into the performance as well. Maybe quickly tell us about that before we go to break.
Yeah, so when we put the show together, I said it needs to be perfect. I took one of the best bands for me in South Africa. Okay. Like any international act that comes to comes and visit our shows in Cape Town, they would actually request for this band, the band that we're using. It's under the direction of Mr. Charlton Daniels, award-winning producer of a couple of shows. But anyways, so band sorted. I said, how do we get really pay tribute to this artist, and perfectly put together the perfect cast for this. We did our rendition of Endless Love with an artist called Andrea Fortain.
Oh, wow.
She's absolutely brilliant. Put the video out, and it reached a couple of million views on our rendition of Endless Love. It was amazing. And then there's this young gentleman by the name of Nhlanhla Sehume. He is just a phenomenal vocalist. Wow. So yeah, he'll be joining us on the cast as well. And then on backing vocals, we've got Samantha Hendricks and Jade Engelbrecht that completes the cast for the Luther Vandross tribute show.
Fagrie, I'll give you one guarantee. I will be at that concert. That's on the 30th of December.
Yes.
30th of December at the Lyric Theatre. You don't want to miss this one. This is Fagrie Isaacs really sharing his insights as well and his passion and talent, also paying tribute to a true icon as well. That is Luther Vandross.